On?
Yeah, no, we'll
We can do that one again real quick.
we're just gonna start all over.
Okay.
Be wicked good.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Skip. I'm here for two reasons. Number one, I want to help you become a better leader, and number two, I want to help you help others. But right now, it is not about me. It is about my friend Tony Berry. Right now, we're in his lovely house, or apartment. I gotta say that he's a tremendous artist and avid snowboarder. But more importantly, and specific to this right here, is that he is an admissions counselor at the University of Vermont, and he has experience as well at the University of New Hampshire. But I'll let him tell his own story. Tony, tell us about
All
yourself.
right. So I have been involved in admissions somehow since I was a freshman in college at UNH way back in 1997. So it's a pretty long time ago. And
Tony, in
after-
fact, you helped me transition into the
That's
University of
right.
New Hampshire and helped me become a full-fledged student there.
Yes, we did, and met through freshman camp
Mhm,
as well. Great first year program, and just love those experiences working with students. So I wanted to continue that. So I continued after graduation in at the UNH admissions for 4 years I think, and then continued on here to the University of Vermont as well, where I am still reviewing applications and making admissions decisions.
And
by the thousand.
you actually got your master's at UVM as well.
Mhm. That's right. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about this, the process that you go through when a student submits their application. When you open up that piece of paper, what does it look like? What do you do?
Well, there's a lot of hours that go into the application before I even get it, so I always try and respect that. Not only the students' hard work and years, but everybody processing the applications and all of that. And now it's 100% electronic, so there's people scanning, opening mail, all kinds of stuff. It's a really interesting and well-oiled machine. So before I get it in that email, there's a whole lot of hands involved in there. And,
Oh, okay.
before we make the decision. Yeah.
So how many applications have you seen on an average year?
Anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500.
Okay,
Yep.
that's a lot of
Or more.
applications. Or more.
Personally, but I've seen a lot more as well.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you look for in an applicant for college? I mean, I know this is going to vary widely. Different schools look for different things. But I guess from your experience at UNH and UVM.
From my experience, academics number one, by far, because a school wants to make sure that when you admit somebody, they're going to come to your school and do well and be a great part of the community. And in doing that, that's why we look at other things like extracurricular activities, strength of writing, just citizenship in general. We want people who are going to come to our university, do well academically, but also fit in and have a good time. And, and grow. Right.
So we talked earlier about gap years because that's my thing. I think people should take gap years before they go to college. What is your professional and also I guess personal take on that? Graduating college, deferring for a semester, maybe 2 semesters, and going and doing something different.
I support it fully because I think I had my own gap year after college. I had a year where I traveled and really kind of did some self-exploration that I wasn't able to do in the intenseness of school. But I know for a lot of students, especially who aren't really sure what you want to major in or what you want to do in college, a gap year can be a really good idea just to get some real-world experience, to get a different perspective, whether it's through service, which I'm amazed by how much more service-oriented younger generations are these days, and it's really incredible the support from, even the President of the United States. Service initiatives, things like that. But also cultural immersion, language programs, and just travel like I did as well. So I feel like students can come away from that experience and be more mature, know where they're going, be a little more focused in college, and have that experience of what it's like to be outside of the confines of school.
So you had said when we talked about this, we had an extensive conversation about this before we went on camera, about the gap years and about how it's relatively a small percentage. It's been increasing, but a relatively small percentage. When you look at someone, how do you know that they've taken a gap year? What are the things that on the resume, where do you check the box that says I've taken a gap year?
One thing I would say to anybody interested in taking a gap year is to really sell yourself and sell the experience, because I think the times that I have seen students have gap year experience.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't highlighted it enough. Definitely write about it in your essay. Talk about what you've been doing in the past year. Don't make the admissions person try and hunt through the application to try and figure out that one sentence that says, yeah, I was doing this for the past year in Australia or whatever. So really kind of sell that experience. The admissions people will know because we'll have all your grades. Most seniors, when applying to college, don't have 12th grade grades, so it's kind of a big clue that what has this person been doing in the past year. So
right.
The admissions office, that's the most important thing.
And there's a lot of programs out there that have a more academic focus, maybe not a traditional classroom setting. Some of them are like a postgraduate year. Yep. Some of them you're in the world exploring, but you're also doing a lot of experiential education, a lot of learning. How does that look on an application? Does that look better? Does that look worse? What's
definitely better, especially if students who perhaps have had some academic struggles or challenges in certain areas will then go and do something in that area to strengthen that. People in admissions love to see that. Anywhere where there's a weakness, if somebody can address that and confront that and have an experience and come out perhaps that being stronger in the end is very, very good. So much positive.
I guess my last question, this might be a little tough. Because I think people I talk to that are skeptical about this whole gap year thing, I don't know. Yeah. Is it just a party? I don't get it. I tell them that, well, I've talked with admissions counselors and it makes sense. They're like, well, that can't be for every college. So your experience with UNH and UVM, it makes sense there. Can you think of a single college, university, 2-year, 4-year, whatever, where taking a gap year is frowned upon?
I really can't think of any because, I mean, it's going to be personally so much more than just taking a year off. I think I can't imagine a school who would frown upon that. I know there are some people who are really focused and have that PhD.
The students,
mind.
You mean? Yeah.
Some students. You want to go right to med school, get out of your residency as quick as possible, and be a doctor or whatever. There's ways to do it. You can go through summer programs and whatnot. You don't maybe necessarily have to do the gap year. That's the only thing I can imagine somebody who's really fast tracking it. But my personal philosophy is, why fast track it? That's life. You need to experience as much as you possibly can, and something like a gap year can be really, really rich.
Yeah. Well, Tony, thank you so much for your time. I know he's a very busy man right now. He's about to go DJ. Do you want to plug your show?
Sure. The Electric Martini Lounge every Wednesday night on wruv.org.
All right, cool. Thanks, Tony.
Yes. Thank you, Skip. All right.
Tony, the floor is yours.
It's going to be short. All right. Skip is your man. He's passionate about what he's doing, and he will go to work for you.
That was good.